Food safety is super important. It's all about keeping those nasty bugs out of our food and making sure everyone stays healthy and happy. No one wants an upset stomach, right? So let's get smart about handling our food like pros. First things first, always wash your hands. Before you even think about touching food, give those hands a good scrub with soap and warm water. Get under your nails and all those nooks and crannies. We need to show those germs who's boss. Next up, keep your work surfaces sparkling clean. Give them a good wipe down with hot, soapy water before and after you prep your food. And don't forget about those utensils, cutting boards, and anything else that comes into contact with your ingredients. Remember, food safety is a team effort. Everyone in the kitchen needs to be on board. Let's work together to create a safe and delicious dining experience for everyone. Proper food storage is key to keeping our grub fresh, flavorful, and most importantly, safe. Let's break it down, ingredient by ingredient. First up, our fridge friends. Keep those veggies crisp and those dairy delights chilled at a cool 4 degrees Celsius or below. A fridge thermometer is your best mate here. Now for the freezer. This is where we can preserve those leftovers and future feasts. Aim for a frosty -18 degrees Celsius to keep those ice crystals at bay. Remember to wrap everything tightly to prevent freezer burn, that nasty white stuff that can ruin our food's texture and taste. Pantry staples need love too. Store those cans, jars, and dry goods in a cool, dark, and dry place. Humidity and heat can make them go bad quickly. And remember, always check those expiration dates. We've cooked up a storm, now let's make sure we chill out those leftovers safely. Remember the 2-hour rule, never leave cooked food at room temperature for more than 2 hours. Bacteria love to multiply in that danger zone between 4 degrees Celsius and 60 degrees Celsius. For larger portions, divide them into smaller, shallower containers. This helps the food cool down faster and more evenly. Once cooled, pop those containers in the fridge or freezer, making sure to label them with the date. Raw meat, poultry, and fish are a bit trickier. Always store them on the bottom shelf of the fridge to prevent any drips from contaminating other foods. And when it's time to prep these proteins, use separate cutting boards and utensils to avoid cross-contamination. Reheating leftovers, make sure they're steaming hot all the way through, about 74 degrees Celsius. Use a food thermometer for accuracy. Microwaving, stir and rotate food for even heating, and never reheat in the same container you stored it in. Thawing frozen food requires a bit of planning. The safest way is to thaw it slowly in the fridge overnight. If you're short on time, submerge the food in a sealed bag in cold water, changing the water every 30 minutes. Never thaw on the counter, that's a recipe for bacterial disaster. Remember, food safety is about common sense and a little bit of care. Follow these tips and you'll be cooking up a storm safely and deliciously.